Lenovo happily announced Vibe Shot as the best camera smartphone that you will find these days, but in reality Vibe Shot has a bit better, a bit more advanced cameras, but they're not the best cameras you'll find on smartphones these days. What I like from the beginning is that you get a side physical shutter key for the camera for snapping images, and you get a special switch to switch from automatic to manual settings. Okay, but let's first start from the rear camera. Rear camera on Lenovo Vibe Shot has 16 megapixels and it records 1080p video at 30 frames per second. And you also get an infrared focus. While on the front, you will find an 8 megapixel camera that records also Full HD 1080p video. Camera application starts after a second and a half, which is not the fastest that I have seen. But the first snapping of the image is instantaneous. It's pretty fast, and the application has nicely arranged icons and shortcuts, but they're just too small, especially for my bigger fingers. In automatic and professional mode, you have all the advanced settings, although in professional mode you have some additional settings and features. But you know, the icons in professional mode are too small, and for me it was totally unusable. If you'll be able to use it, the same experience will be as using Nokia Lumia camera interface, which is actually a good thing because Nokia had a pretty good camera interface. LG G4 definitely has the best organized advanced interface of the camera, and here you'll manage it, but it's just not that easy to use. You can adjust white balance, exposition, shutter speed, ISO up to 1600 ISO, and the camera supports HDR, Panorama, and a lot of other features. Also, you get a direct key to switch from front to back camera and vice versa. Photo quality from the rear 16 megapixel camera is solid. It's a little bit better than average smartphone cameras, but even when you have ideal lighting conditions during daylight, photos have a bit ruined details. They look pixelized, they look blurry, and colors are not reproduced as you see them with your own eyes. They're a bit washed out. So when you reduce the resolution from 16 to 2 megapixel, as you see it on your screen right now, they will look good, but still you'll see some blurry parts of the image. I expected more from this camera, especially compared to the most advanced camera smartphones, but it's just average. In low light conditions or indoors, photos are pretty dark, they're overexposed, and the details are even more ruined. Photos are usable, they're good, but they're just not some superb quality. With f2.2 aperture in low light conditions during night in a city where you have city lights, you'll get usable photos if the camera succeed in focusing. It has a lot of problem with autofocus, although it has infrared focus, but you know, it's not always sharp. Video from the rear camera is good. It's solidly stabilized, although the image itself is not very clean. And in low light conditions, video is usable, but if you move the camera, it will be very shaky. In daylight, in good light conditions, from the front 8 megapixel camera, you'll get a lot cleaner and sharper images than from the rear camera. Colors are accurate as you see them with your own eyes. So photos from the front camera for selfies are really, really great. They're superb. In low light conditions, so in a city with city lights on your night out, photos will sometimes miss the focus. But if it's able to focus, still you'll get pretty nice and sharp images with the same f2.2 aperture as on the rear camera, but here images are much better. Video from the front camera can be recorded in lower HD 720p resolution. The picture itself is very well stabilized, it's sharp, but if there's no light source, you won't see yourself in the image. It's not exposing very well. In low light conditions, the picture looks good, but you shouldn't move the camera too much because it's not very well stabilized. and exposition is low. So in the end, the front camera is really something great. It gives superb images, especially during daytime in good lighting conditions. You'll get great selfies from this Lenovo Vibe Shot, while the rear camera is basically average smartphone camera, although it features 16 megapixels. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I helped you with this video, and I'd love to see your comments below if you have this smartphone. Bye.